Hello, welcome back to another Loud and Proud Orlando Pride Pod live on a Tuesday night for you guys. As always, I'm joined by Luis, my co-host. How you doing, buddy?
No, doing great. Another draw bites the dust, right? Three draws in three ties in a row.
Queens of the
Obviously,
draw.
yeah, draw, yeah. Three draws in a row against three tough teams, but competition in the NWSL is very unpredictable. This team has a fashion of slaying the giants and maybe overcomplicate themselves a little bit with the smaller competition. But I think we faced heavily stacked teams like Racing Louisville, Angel City, and Chicago, which was, I think, the toughest test for them. Um, I'll take the draw with a grain of salt. I think there's a lot of things to build up upon, and I think the team is looking great, especially defensively, with a lot of depth as well. So I don't know, what were your thoughts regarding that?
Yeah, I mean it's the draw again. I think we could have won this one honestly, and against a very good Chicago Red Stars side. I think that have the stars of Mallory Swanson and Bike. I'm sorry. I don't say Bike is the right way to say it. It's BK. I'm pretty sure it's Bike. With incredible talent up there. Nair, obviously. But I think we played a very good game against them. We look like the better team, I think, and could have won it at the end. And once again, Luis, in all of these first three Pride games, I feel like the ref has been a little bit against us, and we need to, we've always got that sort of like hurdle, and right now we're not able to get over the hurdle of the ref going against us. Hopefully, that's something that we can score enough goals where it doesn't matter if the ref decides that we don't get a call or not, because that's not an excuse, but it is something that I think has been part of the reason we drew right the last couple of games.
No, I wholeheartedly agree on that sentiment. I do want to thank everyone that's joining live right now. About six people live right now on X. So thank you so much for supporting the Pride Pod. Um, six people live now. So thank you. So I do want to show this right here, this graphic, which is the attacking momentum of both teams. And as you can see, the green, it's Orlando Pride, and the blue is the Red Stars. Look how many chances, how many drives to the attacking to the box of the Red Stars we've had throughout the whole entire game. So it just kind of seems that, in this game, we control most of the game offensively. Angelina, to me, she had the best game of out of the three games they've played so far. I don't know, what are your thoughts regarding that? And Morgan Gautrat was all over in this game as well. I mean, I think she was all over.
I think Angelina is quickly becoming my favorite player, Luis. I think she's just uh, such a great partner for Marta. And I think that we are seeing a resurgence of Marta because of the energy that Angelina is bringing around her and next to her. And I think she's just, whether she's back in defense or she's on the wing or she's taking a corner that ends up being a goal, she just, to me, looks like the best player on the field for us right now. Would you agree? Angelina is, Martha is obviously Martha, but outside of that, I think Angelina is the one that's shining the most.
Offset pieces, I think she's dangerous, and that is a good trait for Orlando to have. But also the way she distributes the ball on the left flank is just, that's the goal right here. Like it was so fast, but it's just such a quality. It just kind of, that's Nair's fault. Don't you think that's Nair's fault?
I think when your center back is heading it, like you
Backward,
gotta, like you said, I think it's Nair's fault from the sense that she has to run her box,
right?
right? Like she has to say, "That's my ball." Get her hands up, even if she almost takes out her own player. because it's creating confusion, and we benefited from that confusion, and they gave it as an own goal because it does come off the head of
Right, of Nair.
Mahal, I can't remember, the left back for them, but that's it's Angelina's ball is almost going in, and she tries to
Mulham,
stop it.
Mulham.
Mulhan, that's it. She tries to stop it, and it goes backwards off her. So it's the curve from Angelina's ball is incredible. Like it was going in on its own.
Yeah, it was
She hit
going in on its
more-
own. That's right.
She hit more like that, Luis, and two of them or three of them didn't really go as well from the corner. They were so curved that they just went straight out. Like she's got a. It's not always hitting exactly right, but there's a couple where she did hit it, and it curves so much into that near post that it creates a real problem, and we got a goal from it.
No, I agree, and it was a set piece goal, and Orlando could have gone up 1 or 2 goals, on top of that. I think the pride was all over. Great game by Luana as well with Morgan Gautrat. Also another 8-point performance, 8 out of 10 from Marta. She's playing, like you said, more way free in the mid. At her age, nutmegging people and doing the Jogo Bonito style, the Brazilian Jogo Bonito style. I mean, that is pretty impressive, I'll have to say. I don't think it's like a female Ronaldinho, you know what I mean? It's like I'm seeing, like, I never got to see Ronaldinho, play, but I'm getting to see Marta play. It's just such a blessing, such a phenomenal
Resurgence,
player.
right? She looks renewed. I think. I think
Absolutely,
there's the way she was spraying the ball around in this one, Luis. Like she was picking it up in midfield and turning and hitting long balls out wide, or you can see it in the highlights. And she was also attacking, going forward, playing the 1-2s, taking on shots. She was just doing everything in that midfield position and being that marshal. Like, look at that one-time pass into Ali Watt there. Just the level of intelligence, I think was incredible for Marta in this game, and she looks renewed. She looks rejuvenated. I'm really hoping that this continues, Luis, and that she doesn't, get an injury, knock on wood, or suddenly become really tired because right now she's playing like she's 5 years younger.
Oh yeah, I mean, and not only that, I feel also the young core that this team has, because they have a really young core, it is making her game evolve into, or at least is make, how sometimes somebody like Marta or like Nani, for example, playing in Europe or maybe playing in South America for her in a high level, going to World Cups, things like that, winning things. And then obviously you come to for Nani was the MLS coming in, and he found a young core of guys, and that kind of pushed Nani to up his game. We're seeing the same thing with Marta. I feel she gets so re-energized seeing in every practice the Julie Doyles, the Carriabellos, the Luanas, the Angelinas, the Ali Watts. And it's just like, hey, you know what? I still got some gas left in the tank. I want to get that championship, because that's what she wants to go out the way she deserves to go out, which is with a championship. And I think we're seeing that, and I think this young core is impacting not only the team's early good playability, but also Marta's great game in all 3 games, because she's had like SofaScore rated her in this game 7.4 out of 10. She was one of the highest rated also.
I think FootMob did her dirty, Luis, with a 6.8. I think she played much better than that.
Yeah, she did. That's for sure.
So the lineup, Luis, just to go back a little bit and talk about the changes that we saw from the previous game. We saw Kylie Strom come back in. We were debating who was going to be left back and who was going to be left center back, and I like it this way. Do you agree? I think Carrie offers so much going forward, and Kylie is not the fastest, so I think she's more suited in her defensive style to be that left-sided center back. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I was I knew Emily was gonna come back and she was gonna, be that center back.
Yeah, Emily Sam's coming back in.
Surprised for Kylie to play the center back position, but she didn't do bad. I think the one who maybe struggled a little more was Brianna Martinez in this game. Um,
But
because obviously you
Brianna
have
put it right back instead of center back, right? Last game she was playing center back.
correct,
This game
right?
it
And
right
so
back.
so the good thing is that now Seb has many options in the back line. But the one thing does remain, they're becoming consistent. And when Haley McCutcheon came in, it was just like boom, locked in. You know what I mean? Like when Haley actually, it's not like she's losing her spot to Brianna. It's not to see it in a negative light. It's just pure strategy. Seb wants to hold the backline with Brianna and Carrie, super young, talented players. And then there's going to be times when you play against competition that has like Maximilian Ral, you have Kuika, you have Stab, you have Malham, you have Rocaro, which had a phenomenal game too. Have a Brianna Martinez hold them down. And then once Rocaro is like a little tired and he's going to put Haley in and ignite that fire on that backline again and make the backline still be compact and consistent. So I think strategy wise, great strategy by Seb, in my opinion. Brianna Martinez, though, obviously, you're facing, national team players like Nadia Gomez and Mallory Swanson and Jenna Bike. So I mean, it's a little much sometimes could be, but I think overall she's doing great. We saw Haley come in as a sub,
I
and
think
I think the
also
back home,
we, as predicted, Luis, we said we'd see Angelina back on the wing and
right,
Luana and Morgan. This was back to what the first game
right, yeah,
really, right? What we saw from that first game in the lineup. I think that not only Brianna on that right side, Luis, I totally agree with you that she struggled a little bit and we saw her get subbed to like the 45th. But I think that's partly due with how well the left side of Chicago were playing and Nadia Gomez and Malham causing problems for both Adriana and Brianna. And that just the right side of our field needed to change and needed I think Adriana in this game wasn't able to do as much as she would have liked because Malham was
and
playing so
and
well and
Stab
shutting her
too,
down. And who? And Stab, yeah.
and Stab too. They
Just
they knew
and,
they knew
and,
how
and
to shut her
Rockero, like
down.
in the D mid there, obviously. Like I just think they're defensively they played well, like we did as well, obviously. But we shut down Mallory Swanson most of the time and Jenna Bike most of the time. Um, they obviously got that goal, but that was, I think, a pure piece of brilliance from if you go back and watch it, like an incredible pass from Jenna Bike to go straight over Kylie and into the space where Carrie had lost track of Mallory, and then it's a nice finish for her. So I think that one, Luis, I'm not super mad about conceding that goal. You know what I mean? We could be overly critical on it, but I think it's more about just really good quality from the.
For Chicago and see what are some of the things we can maybe improve. Right here. So this is, and I think Carey was late to the coverage. I don't know. What are your thoughts regarding that for Mallory's goal?
Yeah, I think is it Kylie who comes in for the
Carey, yeah,
tackle?
Carey
No,
was late.
Carrie's following Mallory. She's a bit behind Mallory there, but I think who comes in for the tackle on Bike? I think it's Kylie Strong that we're like kind of hopeful. Maybe
We
we
gotta
need
have
to
that
be.
punch. That punch.
Yeah, we need to create a little bit more quality chances and maybe sometimes hold the ball a little longer to get that final pass or like Marta's taking shots from far out. I think that's great, but they're not always like high chance opportunities. If you look at I don't know what SofaScore has, Luis chance, which is I think the shot directly at the Nair, I'd probably say.
Yeah. So this is another great play by Marta right here. You know, right
Is
there. I
it
mean,
disallowing a clear and obvious?
okay,
You
just
could
by
see
having
the
that,
hand.
yeah, just by having that hand, that's an unfair use of force, in my opinion. That, and she's the last defender, I think. So this should have been a red card. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I think that's pretty clear to a lot of people, Luis, and I don't think it takes 5 minutes to come to the wrong decision. I think that is the level of, I don't want to use the word incompetence, but it seems like incompetence to me. Like
It is incompetent.
I don't understand how you don't call that correctly on the field at the time. Then they had to get I watched the linesman tell the fourth official, and then the fourth official told the ref, "Okay, you have to go look at this." And that whole thing took about 5 minutes in itself. So
No,
this
it
was
took 8 minutes.
well, remember there was a time after the call that we were playing
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
so we hadn't even gone to look at VAR. Then she goes to look at VAR, and that takes 5+ minutes of looking at this footage that anybody could look at for 5 seconds, like we just do, Luis, and say it's definitely a foul, and she's pushing her. And if you're saying that she is, last player bearing down on the goalkeeper, taken out by the opposition in a foul, it's usually what they would call, clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. So I'm struggling to see on this one where did the ref not, like, in what world do you watch that for 5 minutes and not come to that conclusion, Luis? Like, what's the opposite argument for this? What's the argument that it
Well,
wasn't that?
the argument probably the ref makes that Summer exaggerated the fall, which they could say, "Oh, he's trying to fool me."
Welcome to the world of soccer.
Right?
It's
Right?
done
She's
by every
trying to
player
fool
and
me.
every
Sorry,
team.
she's trying to fool me. So I feel,
But that's fine if in the moment, the ref goes, "Oh, you took a dive, I won't go." But then if you go back and watch VAR
yeah,
and you watch that and you clearly see
that's a foul right
she
there.
steps across her, she pushes her with her arm. That's a foul.
This one right
My
here
rant
also,
on the ref was long, Luis, but it's needed. It's very frustrating.
it is true. The ref. I don't know if I should say the ref belongs. Uh,
And I think that's the thing is, like, we criticize the MLS refs often because
yeah.
they're not good, and the NWSL refs are just as not good, if not worse. So we have to speak our mind. We can't, it's not fair to talk about it and say, "Oh, this was an even call," because it's not an even call.
No, on this chance right here, Angelina with another great set piece, and I think Adriana could have done a little more. Right there. If she would have just
Yeah,
gotten, if she would have just gotten
it's
one
like
one step.
she did the little touching header, Luis, but she needed
Right.
to do the power header.
Yeah, she needed to do the power header right there. Yeah. And because of the ref and checking VAR, look, plus 10 minutes. Right.
I mean, they announced that. I thought it should have been longer. It's not including the other stoppages in the second half.
So over
To prove, Luis, that we're not crazy, I did a little looking up on NWSL this year on cards to see who's got the most cards in the league.
okay.
Can you guess?
Don't tell me is Summer Yates. Summer
No, I
Yates.
mean team cards. Sorry, team cards.
Oh,
Which
Orlando
team
Pride.
has the most
Orlando
cards?
Pride.
Yeah. We have 7 yellow cards and 1 red card. Now, Utah Royals, our next opponent, have 8 yellow cards. So they're also not loved by the league. But
the Utah Royals,
yeah.
we're gonna be facing them. So
Yeah. So it just shows that, obviously I think we deserve some of those. But I would like to see a game, Luis, where we're, not losing obvious calls because of bad reffing.
no, I completely agree with you. I think we need to, the refs need to be better and call the right plays. but also we missed a lot of chances, and those are the things that we need to get better at.
Yeah,
I
you
know
can't
that,
blame the ref for us not winning. I don't say that at all.
right? Seb Hines said, I felt we controlled the majority of the game. I thought we got some really good areas. And the last part of that is to get more shots on frame, make the goalkeeper work a little bit harder. I was pleased with the attitude to start to go and try to win the game. So
That
it
last 20 minutes, Luis, that was all us, and we could have like Summer Yates is so close to winning it. Adriana there. That's where in other games we win. We had a comment, Luis, from JA Texas. They said, ridiculous how much time it took to the ref to get the wrong call.
that's right.
Yeah, that's what we were saying too. So I think everybody was in agreement on that one.
I thought if this goes to VAR, and I was next to me was Sean from the mainland, a great
Yeah,
guy. He's like, if this goes to VAR, it's a red card.
yeah,
Wrong,
that's obviously that
wrong. You're wrong, Lewis. You're wrong.
is wild.
Wrong.
And shout out to the mainland guys who also have a Pride Pod. They do the Scoperp Pride Pod. So
Okay,
shout
cool.
out to our fellow
To Michael
Pride
Citra and
Potters out
everybody.
there. Yep, and Michael, everybody at the mainland. You guys are also covering the Pride. That's awesome. So one more thing I want to say, Luis, which is probably my favorite part of this game. Before we go to your final thoughts on Chicago Red Stars, but my most enjoyable part of the evening was when Schlegel'd it up in front of Morehouse and hit the shot directly at her. Schlegel had a great opportunity for them, and I just enjoyed that moment. Made me chuckle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great save by Morehouse for
It
sure.
was a great save by Morehouse, but she
Yeah,
had it. She could have put it anywhere, and she put it directly at her. So
and
that
I
was a
mean,
missed
do you feel
opportunity.
like that was on purpose?
I don't know. We did the same thing though. Who was it who had a chance and hit it directly at Nair? It was in the highlights. I can't remember. We did the same thing. Stone cold opportunity, and we shot it
No,
directly at the keeper.
that I could see Messiah Bright do with Angel City too.
Well, she missed one from 5 yards away.
That's right. I agree. And what I'm proud of out of this game is that we contained really important players like Bike, Mallory Pugh or Mallory Swanson now. A lot of all these Schlegel, a lot of these players that sincerely are in a very high level. We play toe to toe, and we were the better team, in my opinion, across the 90 minutes. We dominated all stats, right, John? So yeah, I feel we're on to something. We just need to see it now because the schedule is going to become tougher, John, right?
Yeah, I mean we've got the international break coming up, and
Yeah.
JA Texas says they hope all 7 players return healthy from the international duty, and can't agree more. We've got the Brazilians going off, right? We've got Luana, Angelina. Am I right about that? And Marta? No, Adriana,
Yeah,
Angelina, and
Adriana.
Marta. Sorry, getting my Brazilians mixed up. They're off away on international duty. So they're going to be away with Brazil. Marta being the big one that we hope for sure that she, any of those players, but Marta more than anyone, like we said, is playing really well right now. So it'd be such a shame, knock on wood, for her to go away and get injured with the national team. But of course, we want all of the Pride players to enjoy their national team time and go away and have successful time and get games, get minutes, and come back, right? Like that's a big part of it, and it's good that the NWSL breaks for this, Luis. Well, it doesn't really break, but in the summer we will. Not right now.
No, and I do have to say, yes, it's great. And also, when a team, when because I hear people talk sometimes oh, club is first. And I was like, yeah, I totally understand, but it's good. It's good PR for the club for these players to go out internationally. The thing that we got to be very careful is for them to come back in one piece. So, come back healthy. That's what we care the most about. And the good thing about this Brazilian squad is that yes, you got Angelina, you got Luana, you got all those players that are probably going to be starters, but also Brazil has that depth that they're not going to just rely on those players too. They have tons of depth. This is a very powerful team, so um, I wouldn't be surprised that they're going to be alternating these players in the starting lineup, John. So
We also have away on international duty, Barbara Banda, who's not here yet, but is our player and is on international duty with Zambia. We talked about that before on other Pride Pods. Amanda Allen for the Canadian U20s, which is awesome. She's been with the Canadian. I think she's played for the
you're right
Canadian
here with
national team a few times, I want to say, but definitely in the youth team before. And then Ali Lemos, who's been a big part of the
the U.S.
United
under
States
20.
youth. Like she's been in U18s, U19s, U20s, so she's back in for the U20s. I love Ali Lemos, Luis. I'm a big fan of her and what she's going to bring in the future. And then Evelina Duljan, who we haven't seen yet, but she's been called up for the Sweden U23s.
Yeah,
So
we need to see some Evelina.
maybe we can see Evelina in international duty, and then I'll see
Yeah.
some of that before we see her for Pride. But great to see that all of those players got called up. They're gone, all of them for 2 games, whether they play both games, that being this week and really into next week. So 2 weeks for most of them, I think. I expect that they could be back, some of them, Luis, for the 12th game. The Friday, April 12th against Utah Royals. We'll speculate about that next week when we're going to do the preview for the Royals. Right now, we're just going to keep talking about Luis, your final thoughts on the Red Stars or anything else about these internationals.
No, I think I'm excited to what those internationals are bringing to the table for the Orlando Pride. I think it's been great to see, um, you know, not only Amanda Allen, but a lot of the Brazilians being called up because it brings prestige to the squad, and also they're pretty young players, um, and again, I think we're brewing something that's going to be special for the city, and I think we are a complete different squad than we were 2 seasons ago, and I'm excited. Once I think they get that first W, I think it's going to be magical for everyone. Um, and they're going to have one game in which everything works. It could be this next one against Utah. Utah is a tough team, but I have a big feeling that that's probably going to be our first W. Right now, the standings for the Orlando Pride. If we look at the standings right now, we are in the playoffs right now, and yes, 3 draws, but we are in the playoffs right now, tied with San Diego Wave, Gotham, which is the league's darling, and that's us right there, tied with Racing Louisville.
Who also had 3 draws.
Yeah, which
right?
also had 3 draws. So um, these are the teams that are really not doing so great. We faced Angel City out of the 10th position below. We still have to face the Thorns, but you have to understand the Thorns are the Thorns. They're a great team.
Yep.
Utah Royals. I think this is going to be a huge test because we could revert. A loss against Utah, it will put them up. It will put them in playoff contention. It will drop us into the abyss, in my opinion.
This is a must win against Utah, Luis. Not like because we have to crucially, but I think it's easy 3 points there. Like they're struggling beginning of the first ever team it's always going to be somebody that you can try and take advantage of, right? New team, still trying to figure it out. I'm hoping we can go there and steal 3 points away. And then that will accelerate us up the table and give us a little bit of extra confidence going into the San Diego Wave home game. But like you said, it's unpredictable in NWSL. It's so hard to be like, this is an easy game, or this is a good game, or this is a hard, like, I could be completely wrong. Utah Royals could be a really, really strong team.
We
I just
have
think if you're a new team, then you're more likely to not have it figured out yet.
they faced Washington Spirit, and let's watch some of the highlights if you want. And if you want to watch some of the highlights right
Well, I
now,
was thinking we'll save that for
we'll see
next
for the
week.
next episode.
But yeah, just to talk about the future in general, like the San Diego Wave, then Washington Spirit, then North Carolina Courage. So it doesn't necessarily get easier, and these teams might go up and down between them. They might start winning, they might start losing,
And then we'll
I
face them
don't think.
again.
Yeah, and honestly, Luis, we haven't lost yet. I look at it that way, and I would say we were more likely to beat Angel City, and I think we were more likely to win over Chicago. We didn't get those goals that we needed, but I think once you add in the likes of Barbara Banda, Sophia Manor, there's still some big assets here to go into this team, and that's going to take us up another level. So if we're getting draws with this squad, I think we can get wins with an even better team quite easily. We just got to not go backwards, like you said, Luis.
Yeah, we should definitely not go backwards. So we definitely we need to be consistent. And look, we have the team right now to do so. So I'm quite confident that the NWSL, I think this is going to be a new beginning, and we got the coach, and we got the front office. So I think it's going to be great. I think we are onto something. We just need to see it now.
Yep. We're going to see some progress, I'm hoping, soon in the next few weeks and get that first W of the season. Luis, Pride Talks. Let's talk about that for a second. So if anybody doesn't know, we are doing a X space or a Twitter space after the Pride games. It's available for anybody to request to talk. And you guys can come on and tell us your thoughts on the game, or you can leave us a comment. We're slowly growing. We've had a few more people each time we've done it. Join in and follow along, or if you just want to be somebody that listens later, you can do that. But really, this one, like we said many times, is for the people. So we're really hoping that at some point you guys will want to jump on and talk and leave your piece on the Pride. So excited about Pride Talks, and excited you guys are joining us, and hope to see more of you in the future. Aren't you enjoying it, Luis? I'm enjoying it.
No, for sure. I love doing Pride Talks. Obviously, we got to get see, this is the latest one. We did it right after the Red Starts game. And
33 people tuned in.
Yeah, 33
That's awesome.
people. Yeah, 33 people tuned in. So we're growing. But, obviously people listening after the fact too, I'm sure. But, drop us your comments. These are some of the comments that, we got for this Pride Talk. We need to get better with the finishing. That's Jen right there. And
Thank
Victor
you,
Sanchez tomorrow, hoping for 3 points with OCSC. Right?
Didn't get that, Victor.
Yeah, Victor, you jinxed it, man. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think it's a fantastic thing for the Pride community to come and also say their piece, right? And again, obviously all with respect, right? You're not gonna just be like effing this and wow, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
you can be frustrated.
you could.
You can be upset. You can. We'll totally accept that. We're not here to tell you how to.
We're not gonna censor you on that.
No, we're not gonna censor you. Just we got to keep it, fairly clean. Alonzo has a comment here, Luis. He says Larroquette needs to start with Ali Lemos. Ooh, that's interesting because we haven't seen any of Larroquette so far.
Because those are his two favorite players.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you there on Ali Lemos, and I'm a big fan of Larroquette too. So maybe me and Alonso
This
are on the
guy's
same
crazy.
wavelength here.
This
I
guy-
would love to see more of Ali Lemos. She's been coming on and looking
So who
bright,
you
I
subbing,
think.
Alonso? Marta, come on, man. Gee. No,
I think
I mean,
the
look,
midfield right now is solid, and I think Larroquette, I would like to see at least play some minutes, like off the bench.
they have the depth. They have the depth, and there's gonna be some games for Lara Cat, and there's gonna be definitely some games for Ali Lemos. But maybe in this international break we're gonna see them. I think against Utah, maybe a Lara Cat and a Lemos could work also. If Luana's not gonna be there, right? Maybe you have, you know, I don't know. You have Lemos right there in the mid, right? And Marta's not going to be there. So, you see, I went to see Doyle and Watt together up top. It says,
I'm
yeah, I mean, that
I
could be.
wouldn't be against that. I've not been loving Ali Watt's like technical ability. I think sometimes she has a bad touch or makes a bad pass or has a bad shot. Um, I think also, like we said, though, it's just sort of a holding place right
Mhm.
now, right? I mean, everybody's expecting Barber to come in and take that number 9 position.
That's right. And I think as we also may see them against Utah, like especially Julie. Now, Ali, it depends. So a lot of depth for Sap Hines for this prize. I think it's the first time the Pride has had that big of a depth ever. I've never seen the
Yeah,
Pride be so deep.
and as we'll talk about on the next episode, Luis, we're gonna need it because we're gonna be
The
out with
scheduling
7
getting
players.
yeah.
So we're gonna need to maybe we will see Ali Lemos in the next
And
game.
Lara Cat also.
Yeah, maybe out of necessity. So it'll be interesting when we do that lineup. Now a little bit of fun, Luis. We're the last kind of 5 minutes here. We've got a fun quiz. If you can open that up for us. Now this one should be easy because we're just naming the teams in NWSL, and we literally just looked at the table, and
Oh,
it gives you
okay.
the years when
All
they were
right.
founded. Now we only have 4 minutes to do this, so Jen, Alonso, anybody else in the chat, if you're following along on X, drop your team names if we're missing one. I don't. I'm hoping we can name them all in 4 minutes, Luis. There's not that many NWSL teams, so no
My
cheating.
credibility is at stake, guys.
Yeah, credibility is on the line here, Luis.
There you
I
go.
have to look one up, and that's
There
going
you
to be
go.
bad.
Should I click play quiz?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right. So
Orlando Pride. I think you can start there.
Bay FC.
Brand new. You got
What?
Utah Royals, brand new.
Utah Royals.
We go by years. 2022. Who gave me 2022?
Okay,
Angel
Kansas City.
Or yeah, Kansas City could be.
Okay.
Angel City.
Angel City. North Carolina.
Yep.
What? Courage.
It just like
There you go.
Then you got Red Stars.
Chicago Red Stars.
Seattle Reign. Which Seattle do you want? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
It's gone for Reign. Okay, it's up to date. Who else we got? Portland Thorns.
Thorns.
Classic. 9 out of 14. We got 5
San
more.
Diego.
San Diego Wave. Who else we got? We played them. The
Washington
Louisville.
Spirit.
Washington.
Spirit like the horse.
Louisville. Racing Louisville. Who else? We're missing 2 more.
2.
Okay, think. Geographically. We get all the Californian teams, yes. I feel like there's another team in the Southeast we're missing. We got Washington, New York, Gotham.
Oh, New York, yeah. We're missing that one.
Yeah.
Gotham. What, Batman?
Yeah, the Batman team. Okay, we're missing one now.
Oh, I know. Those were
It's another.
um
It's the
my
not.
all their favorite former Pride player, Peterson, Houston
Oh, I
Dash.
can't. Oh, the dash. Oh, of course.
There you go.
Thank
We
you,
did it,
Alonzo, for
guys.
your. Alonzo was in there with us, racing Louisville, Chicago Red Stars, Gotham. He loves it.
Orlando Citizens Pareja. They
Yeah, they have those quizzes. No, we might do that one sometime. Some of the squad ones are hard. There was one that was like named the Pride Squad from 2019. I was like,
No, we're not.
I could not. I tried. I was like,
That's something.
I don't know.
Maybe we could
And I
play
knew a
with.
lot of them, but there was lots of players I didn't remember. But that
Yeah,
was an easy one, Luis. That was easy.
that's good. That's good.
But
14 out of
just to
14 with a
help
minute left.
everybody, remember all of your NWSL teams.
There you
Only
go. I
14
have
of
to
them.
brush up on that, guys. I need to do
Yep.
better.
Yep. All righty. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for this Pride Pod on a Tuesday night. Like I said, we'll be back next Tuesday to preview the Utah Royals, which will be exciting. First game against a new team. Another Friday night game. That one, Luis. We seem to love these Pride Friday night games. We got We got 3 more Friday games.
Yeah, we
Our
have
first
3 more
these 5
Friday
games
games.
in a row on Friday.
Yeah, we have to go to
Crazy.
Broken Strings right after too. One of these games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinta says, I would miss it, smiley face. What are you talking about there, Shinta?
Oh
You would
no,
miss one of the
for the quizzes.
Oh,
We're talking
got
about the
you.
quiz.
Got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, the Pride. I challenge anybody to go do on Sporkle the Pride 2019 squad quiz. And if you could do that all, you should sit here where we are because you know more than I or Luis.
Alonso talking some Orlando City in the Pride Pod. Jack Lynn and McGuire.
Alonzo, wrong team.
Just there you go.
We don't need your city lineup, Alonzo.
There you go. No, but
JK,
definitely
buddy.
a lot of exciting stuff. Follow us on social media on X at LPO_podcast. We're gonna have hopefully the best content for Pride. We do our due diligence here, always to put the Pride out there so people get to know about the Pride more. Again, if we get to bring at least 1 or 2 new people to see the Pride, I'm super content. Instagram at LP_podcast, Facebook also as Loud and Pride Orlando, and YouTube. We are at 794 subscribers. Subscribe to our channel. It's a great way to helping us out. We're trying to get to 1K very soon. And also you can listen to us if you're at work, if you don't have time to with the YouTube, or you're not into YouTube, you're more of like listening. Spotify and Apple Podcast. We also have Loud and Proud Orlando, the City Pods, every Monday at 7:30, and every Thursday if there's like a double date right there. But right now we're gonna be entering a time for a break, right? For City, and also 1 week break for Pride. But we're still gonna come out, maybe do some videos here and there, maybe have a couple of players come in. So a lot of exciting stuff is coming here to the channel. So it's definitely gonna be great. I can't wait. John, anything else you want to add before we go?
No, I just like you said, everybody. I encourage you if you're someone who follows the Pride Pod here from LPO, share that and like and subscribe and tell your friends and it only gets bigger with your guys' help. We don't pay for any advertising. We don't get paid for any of this. We don't do, this is just out of the love we have for the team and the game. So everything you guys do to like our stuff or be here and comment or share or anything, like Luis said, give us 5 stars on Spotify. Even that kind of stuff really helps. And it helps us get up in the algorithms and it helps us grow. And I'm so excited, Luis. We got to 1,000 Twitter followers on LPO.
That was
That's
exciting.
so awesome. Yeah. And we're so close, like you said, to getting to the 800 mark on Twitter and
Yeah,
sorry on YouTube
and be honest with you, I was, and Alonso's is witness. He knows me. He knows I'm not a Twitter guy. Before, I think the first time I actually started using Twitter was because of Alonso. Alonso's like, no, you have to use Twitter. I was like, well, why Twitter? Oh man, it's like where everyone's at Twitter, man. You have to
well
use
on our
Twitter.
Instagram though, Luis, right? You're growing
Yeah.
our Instagram numbers
That's
are
so our Instagram is
gone crazy.
also our Instagram is also like I love Instagram. It's my favorite one. I'll be honest with you. Right
And we're
now,
live sometimes on Instagram, right?
yeah. So today, unfortunately, it was well rushing a little bit, but the next episode will definitely be live. But yeah, we go live. Instagram only allows you to be live for 45 minutes. So um, we're definitely live and we're very active, even with our April Fool stuff. Um, we have all the Pride content here. After every game, there's a post press conference. We post there. Our Pride pods on, we put it on the link. We put them on the stories and so all of our coverage is right here as well. So, just come support it, and follow us, right? Follow us right here.
Yeah.
1,279 followers. That's
You can it's like
pretty
we're
impressive.
like Burger King, Luis, you can follow us your way. Whatever however you
Yeah,
want to support, whatever your platform of choice is, we're hopefully there.
we're right
And
there.
if we're not, then come join us where we are.
Yeah, that's
But
right. That's right.
Alonso, speaking of he got you, Luis. You said yesterday on the podcast, speaking of April Fools, he says Galese
Yeah,
going to
no.
Allianz Lima. No,
Yeah, that's not.
no,
Yeah, he
no.
got me. Yeah, it's not true. It's
Yeah.
that made me do an April Fool's too. And
We got some people with the winter is coming. It
it's
was
on
cruel. It
Facebook
was a cruel
especially.
one. It was
On
a cruel
Facebook.
one because
Yeah.
on Facebook you got a lot.
No, on Facebook I get notifications till today saying, "Oh, you hurting my feelings, man." Like I was like, "Come on."
It's too close to home, Luis. That's what it
Yeah,
is. But that
Adrian
that makes
Winter.
people laugh.
Yeah.
So
But
thank you
anyway,
everybody for joined us. And we will see you all next week for another Pride
yeah, definitely.
podcast.
We'll see you guys next week. Stick around, support us, follow us on social media, and vamos Pride, guys. Take
Vamos
care.
Pride.
Vamos Pride. Have a good one.